All right guys, right here in the shop again today. We did a little bit of sampling on the floor stains. It looks like we're gonna dye the concrete kind of a blue color. We got some blue and black kind of mixed together here. Probably kind of go that route. We kind of wanted to see what it looked like. Floor isn't quite ready to stain or to seal. We can stain it. It's got a lot of splotchy spots in it still. So we're just gonna get it cleaned. We're gonna get it mopped. We got all the heaters in here running. It's about 80 degrees in this building at the moment. All right, we're gonna put you on a time lapse as we kind of get working on this and cleaning the floor. We're gonna lay down some dye. You can see this is kind of a black and blue. That's kind of the effect I'm kind of going for. I'm trying to use a dye just because it's like once you spray the dye down, this is an acetone based dye. So as soon as it dries, you can actually throw sealer on this and seal it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay the dye down tonight. It's pretty cold outside, even though we've got the heater been cranked up most of the day, but it's cooling down quick. I purchased this dye from that's Clemor's Concrete Coating, CCC. It's their super dye. This is Blue Poppy. Also have a couple of got a Black Orchid, same type of dye. You're supposed to pour 1 gallon of this to 1 bottle of 1 bottle of this to 1 gallon of acetone. So we got a 5-gallon bucket of acetone. See how far it goes. I need to cover at least half the shop with the 1 bottle. Turn off the heater once I start to spray the acetone. But I'm gonna make a couple of stripes in through this place and see how far I can go with it. If it doesn't go very far, I'll be adding the black to it. So I'm gonna set you up here so you can kind of watch me mixing this thing up. All right, we mix this up to, we'll put 1 gallon of acetone in here. This bottle is not designed to spray acetone, but from what I've heard, these things, the bottle will, all the seals and all that will last for about a couple of hours with the acetone. So we'll mix it all up, get shooting it. We got a couple hours to shoot this thing until it's until the thing doesn't, I guess maybe the seals don't work in it no more, so. All right, guys, this thing said that, I heard that this thing will actually last a couple of hours. I put 1 gallon of acetone in it. It probably didn't last 15 minutes. I have no more control on the trigger, so I just basically let it spray the way it was gonna spray. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pump it back up and just kind of keep spraying it. Looks like the blue will go further, so I'm gonna go around and hit a bunch of spots on here and make it darker in spots and lighter in spots. So let's see how it turns out and looks. All right, that blue dye ended up going a lot farther than I thought it was gonna go. I think I'm gonna mix, I still got a little teeny bit of blue still left in the spray bottle. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of black and mix with that. Add a little acetone to it and just kind of go around and just hit some little spots here and there. After doing it the first time, I kind of put it down I put a little sealer on it. It almost looks like it's got like an oil slick. It's like, oh. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use too much black. I'll use a little bit of black just to kind of throw some highlights out into this and see what it looks like. When I get done with it, it is what it is. So, okay, I'm going to go mix some black into this blue, and we're going to shoot it. So those 1 gallon jugs they're fairly inexpensive. So I bought them to be disposable. So I knew the acetone was gonna destroy them. So we got 2 of them down now. I got 1 more left to use to shoot the rest of the shop. At least I know what I've got to work with. I should be able to make it the rest of the way. We'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like after I seal it. But the temperature's now dropped down below where I can probably, before I can actually put the sealer down. So we'll have to heat it back up in here again. Here's a little bit of it where I sealed it. You can see how shiny and dark it gets. But once I get the sealer put down, it'll shine up really nice. And we'll probably put a couple of coats of that on. You can see how the black streak went through the center of this. That's kind of what I was trying to do, is trying to get some kind of almost look like a stormy night is what I kind of was like hoping for it to look like. So when I put the sealer down, I'll bring you along. All right, guys, we didn't get some of the footage on here. All right, guys, we just got the floor all sealed up. This is our first coat. This is the second half of the shop. Got a distinct line from when I dyed the concrete on this side. We dyed the concrete over here, did about half the shop, stopped, and then sealed up half the shop so that it was so I could actually just move stuff back from side to side. But what it does is it creates a distinct line in the actual dye and on the floor. So if I was to do this again, I'd make sure I dyed the entire floor and then come back and seal the entire floor so it doesn't, so you don't have these distinct lines in the actual, on your floor. So this is going to be a workshop, so it's not that big of a deal. I kind of wanted a cool look on my floor anyway, so that's the reason why I did what I did. This is something new I've never tried. So this is a concrete dye. I've used a blue and a black dye. It's a Commons concrete coatings. So if you guys ever decide you want to try this, you can look up, it's an acetone based dye that you can put on this. This isn't an acid etch. Acid etching is where you actually put an acid dye or acid stain on the actual concrete, and it will kind of give you kind of a similar effect as this. On the acid etching though, you have to come back and neutralize. You have to neutralize the acid and then clean it well, really good, and then come back, and then you can come back and do a sealer over the top of it. So this kind of eliminates the neutralizing and the cleaning and all that of the acid etching. So what's nice about the acetone is you can spray it, and you can use water as well. Water just takes a little longer. If you shoot water with the dye, it'll kind of give you the same effect. It just takes longer for the water to dry. The acetone, you could dye this and come back within 20 minutes of you dyeing it with the acetone, with the sealer, and you could stain this entire floor. Or not stain it, but seal the entire floor after you have dyed it. It is almost immediately. I did dye this and then come out the next day and then I put the sealer down. Just because it's so cold outside. I do have some electric heaters that are running in here to try to keep it warm. It's got to stay above 50 degrees to put the concrete sealer on. So we do have some electric heaters running, but to heat up this shop, to get it above 50 in the shop, the electric heater won't work. So I've got a kerosene heater that we actually run. This is a 170,000 BTU heater that we heat up the shop with. And this will heat the shop up really quickly. The electric heaters actually just kind of try to keep it above, try to keep it above the 50 degrees. Plus I'm using it to keep my cans warm of the sealer. So kind of put it in front of that. So anyway, now we've got to leave it. This sealer actually is a solvent-based sealer. So within 4 hours, I can walk on this. I try to let it get a little longer before I start walking on it because it is really soft. You can walk on it within 4 hours. You can drive on it within 24 hours. That's probably above 50 degrees. Like I said, once the temperature drops below 50, it probably slows down the process. But so far, this sealer has been really good. This is an Eagle sealer. I got this at Home Depot. This is the Supreme Seal. They have this at Home Depot. It's about $230 for a 5-gallon bucket. It says it goes about 1,500 square feet. This is about a 1,500 square foot shop. It did make it the entire way. I still have a little bit left, but I need to go over it with a second coat. So I'm gonna need to get a couple more gallons. That thing's about empty. I'll probably wait till tonight, and then I'm gonna probably put on another coat of this. End of the first coat, we'll be putting the second coat on later tonight. Just got done we just finished up sealing the floor up. It was finally cured. I'm gonna walk around this place and kind of see a couple of things we got hung up on the wall. The floor turned out pretty good. One of the mistakes I made was to stain half the shop first and then come over and stain the second half. What it did is it kind of created a line right through the middle of the shop. If I was to do it all over again, I would make sure I stained the entire shop and come back and sealed the entire shop. But you can see it's kind of got a distinct line that's in there. Not a big deal. Like I said, this is a workshop. It's going to get scratched and scuffed. But the floor is done. The floor looks great. It's all sealed up. Now we'll start bringing in some of the equipment. Get this thing set up. Start bringing in the vehicles. Got several vehicles I need to work on. All right, guys, this will be the end of the video for the floor dye and the sealer. I got more videos to come on this shop. We're going to continue to do improvements on this. Make sure you click that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for watching Mr. Modified. You have a wonderful night.